Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your girl Dee coming at you live from my hotel room in Paris. That's right, I'm finally here, living the dream in the City of Lights. But listen, we didn't come here to just sit in a hotel room, did we? We're about to hit the streets of Paris and experience the best of the best. So buckle up, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the fam, and let's dive headfirst into the magic of Paris.
All right, guys. First up on our Parisian adventure, we're tackling the big one, the Eiffel Tower. This iconic structure needs no introduction. Standing tall over the city, this thing is massive. We're talking almost 1,000 feet of pure iron awesomeness. As we inch closer to the top in this tiny elevator, you can feel the excitement building. And then boom, those doors open, and you're greeted with the most insane panoramic view of Paris you've ever seen in your life. You can spot all the famous landmarks from here. The Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame, well, what's left of it. Everything. It's an experience I'll never forget, and one you absolutely cannot miss.
Next up on our Parisian adventure, we're diving headfirst into the world of art at the Louvre Museum. This place is absolutely insane, like a giant maze filled with some of the most famous works of art ever created. We're talking thousands of years of history crammed into one massive building. But we're on a mission, people. We're here for one thing and one thing only, the Mona Lisa. Now, I've seen pictures of this painting a million times, but let me tell you, nothing compares to seeing it in person. The way she's just chilling behind that bulletproof glass, that subtle smile playing on her lips, it's mesmerizing. Of course, the crowds were insane, but we fought our way to the front, snapped a few pics, and just stood there in awe of this tiny little painting that's captivated the world for centuries. The Louvre is more than just the Mona Lisa, though. We wandered through endless galleries, marveling at sculptures, paintings, and artifacts from all over the world.
All right, guys, it's time to get real for a second. Our next stop is Notre Dame Cathedral, and it's a tough one. As you all know, the cathedral suffered a devastating fire a few years back, and the damage was extensive. Walking up to the building, you can still feel the weight of that tragedy. But even in its wounded state, Notre Dame remains a powerful symbol of Parisian history and resilience. The stained glass windows that survived the fire glowed with an ethereal light, and the sheer scale of the cathedral took my breath away. It's a bittersweet experience, witnessing the scars of the fire alongside the enduring beauty of this iconic landmark. But it's a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, hope and beauty can prevail.
Get ready to fall in love with Paris all over again, because we're headed to Montmartre, the city's most charming neighborhood. Imagine cobblestone streets, quaint cafes, and artists selling their work on every corner. We started our Montmartre adventure by climbing, and I do mean climbing, the steps to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. This white-domed beauty sits atop the highest point in Paris, offering jaw-dropping views of the city below. After catching our breath and snapping a few pics, we got lost in the maze of narrow streets that wind their way through Montmartre. We stumbled upon hidden squares, vintage shops, and bakeries overflowing with fresh bread and pastries. Place du Tertre was buzzing with activity, as artists painted portraits, landscapes, and caricatures right there on the spot. Montmartre is a place where you can wander for hours, soaking up the bohemian atmosphere and discovering something new around every corner.
Okay, time to embrace our inner fashionistas and hit up the most famous shopping street in the world, the Champs-Élysées. This grand avenue stretches for over a mile, lined with luxury boutiques, flagship stores, and high-end restaurants. We're talking Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, you name it, they've got it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my budget is more H&M than Hermes. But hey, a girl can dream, right? Even if you're not dropping serious cash, the Champs-Élysées is an experience. The window displays are like works of art, and the people watching is top-notch. We did treat ourselves to some delicious macarons from La Durée because priorities. The Champs-Élysées is definitely a must-see when in Paris, even if it's just to window shop and pretend you're a Kardashian for a day.
Get ready for a different perspective on the City of Lights, because we're setting sail on a Seine River cruise. This is one of the most romantic and relaxing ways to experience Paris. Gliding along the water, as iconic landmarks drift by. We opted for an evening cruise, and as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the city, we boarded our boat and set off. The views were absolutely breathtaking. We passed under historic bridges, each with its own unique story to tell. We saw the Eiffel Tower sparkle and twinkle against the darkening sky, and we watched as the city lights flickered to life, creating a magical reflection on the water. If you're looking for a romantic and unforgettable experience, a Seine River cruise is a must-do. Hold on to your berets, because we're stepping back in time and venturing to the Palace of Versailles, the opulent home of French royalty. This place is like something out of a fairy tale, with sprawling gardens, gilded everything, and enough history to fill a textbook. We're talking about over 2,000 acres of pure extravagance, built by Louis XIV, aka the Sun King. Because why not? And trust me, the palace lives up to its hype. From the moment you step inside, you're greeted by a level of opulence that's almost overwhelming. We wandered through endless rooms, each more lavish than the last, dripping in chandeliers, tapestries, and priceless works of art. But the real showstopper is the Hall of Mirrors. This massive gallery is lined with floor-to-ceiling windows and mirrors, creating an illusion of infinite space. And then there are the gardens. We're talking perfectly manicured lawns, elaborate fountains, hidden grottos, and even a grand canal where you can rent rowboats.
After all that sightseeing, it's time to slow things down and find our inner peace at the Luxembourg Gardens. This sprawling green oasis in the heart of Paris is the perfect place to escape the city buzz and just relax. We're talking tree-lined promenades, colorful flower beds, serene ponds, and even a puppet show. We spent hours just wandering through the gardens, people watching and soaking up the sunshine. We rented chairs and lounged by the fountain, watching kids sail toy boats. We even stumbled upon a group of people playing pétanque, a French game similar to bocce ball. The Luxembourg Gardens are a true Parisian gem, a place where you can escape the hustle and bustle and just enjoy the simple things in life.
Prepare to have your mind blown by the sheer beauty of Sainte-Chapelle, a hidden gem tucked away on the Ile de la Cité. This 13th century chapel is home to some of the most stunning stained glass windows you'll ever lay eyes on. Seriously, I'm talking about over 1,200 square feet of vibrant, jewel-toned glass depicting scenes from the Bible. The effect is absolutely breathtaking. As soon as you step inside, you're enveloped in a kaleidoscope of colors. The light streams through the windows, casting intricate patterns on the walls and floor. We spent ages just gazing up at the windows, trying to take in all the details. Sainte-Chapelle is a true testament to the power of art and faith, and it's an experience that will stay with you long after you leave.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Disneyland in Paris. But hear me out, because Disneyland Paris is not just for kids, it's for the kid in all of us. It's a chance to escape reality for a day and immerse yourself in a world of magic, adventure, and pure Disney joy. We spent an entire day at Disneyland Paris, and it was a whirlwind of rides, shows, parades, and of course meeting Mickey Mouse himself. We rode Space Mountain so many times I lost count, screamed our hearts out on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and got soaked on Pirates of the Caribbean. But the highlight of the day was definitely the nighttime spectacular at Sleeping Beauty Castle. Disneyland Paris is the perfect way to end a trip to Paris, leaving you with a heart full of joy and memories that will last a lifetime.
And that's a wrap on Paris. This city, man, it gets you. Its beauty, the energy, the croissants. I'm leaving a piece of my heart here, but I'm taking so many memories with me. If you're planning a trip to Paris, use this video as your guide. Until then, peace out.